hlala ningekuthula omasilela hlala ningeluxolo omasilela.
Rebecca Kekane, who later became known as Umagogo, was born on the 12th December 1928. She would later marry Solomon Butongo Masilela. Today, we celebrate the life and times of Umagogo, a title bestowed upon her by the people who showed respect and admiration for her motherly position she held among South Africans living in exile. Even her own children switched to refer to her as Umagogo as opposed to Umama, because of her abundant love and care for the people in general, as well as her passion for the liberation movement. Comrades have always seen her as their mother as well. In her home, number 43 Trelawney Park, she harbored, sheltered and supported freedom fighters from both the ANC and the PAC.
The more we spent time with her as we were growing up, we discovered another side of Umagogo, that definitely she was no longer our mother, she was Umagogo. She became this extension into other people's lives, into other people's families. She was something that we couldn't claim, as our own. And for that simple reason that we couldn't claim her any longer as our own, he told us that is Umagogo, where that name Umagogo was a reflection of the bigger self.
For me, the interesting perspective I have about that house is that at some point when I started opening my eyes, it became clear to me that it is not home that I could hold on to on my own. I saw it as a shared resource. A shared resource not only with ANC cadres, not only with PAC cadres, but everybody in Swaziland who saw that house as home. That extended to my parents. My mom and dad were like a shared asset. There was no time in any part of the day where I could have a quiet time with them without anybody being in the house.
In 2009, Umagogo received the much coveted honor, the Order of Luthuli, Silver, bestowed upon her by the then President of South Africa, Kgalema Motlanthe, at the Union Buildings in Pretoria. Umagogo was an interestingly unifying character for many people who sought familyhood in exile. Ironically, she was not a political person, but she had great wisdom and the ability to envision the world many years ahead of all of us.
Umagogo was somebody who was a visionary, who saw everything beyond what we thought was limiting us to be able to work together. And she opened the horizons beyond what we thought we knew,
She was a mother, a spiritual leader, a founder of churches and of schools, as well as a truly inspirational woman and a pillar of South Africa's liberation struggle.
Umagogo represents the resilient spirit of the South African women. She represents the resilient spirit of the women of the continent and the region.
She fought for democracy whilst raising a family under the most challenging circumstances, both politically and economically.
A woman of enormous, deep Christian faith, a faith that sustained her and her family and gave her and them the courage, the devotion, the loyalty and the commitment to a cause that was just and right.
You needed a Magogo who regarded herself simultaneously as a South African and a Swazi national. Critically, who regarded herself as a partisan of liberation.
But a very special thanks must go to the Masilela and Kekana families for giving us such a wonderful, gentle giant of a woman and also for consistently sharing your home and Umagogo's heart with all of us.
We must be grateful to Magogo because she used to cook for everybody because everybody was destitute. She hid those who were hunted down by the Boers because it was important to her, a woman.
Hiding those who were hunted by the apartheid regime came with its risks, but Umagogo kept everyone safe.
They were safe because Umama was very welcoming and she knew about the dangers that might crop up whilst Palapekai.
Number 43 Triloni Park has been described by many as a home away from home, a haven, a fortress, a key meeting point, a strategic point of launching operations.
It provided a good mask. It was an excellent camouflage at the time, where for all the operatives to be able to operate in and launch the operation, their plans or campaigns. It was important in the sense that not only was it a house, it was a family house. So that family provided that camouflage that is very important for operatives. As an operative, you don't want to launch your campaign outside people. People are your bush, people are your forest, people are your protection, they are your water, they are your everything. And the number 43, the house, that safe house, was exactly that. It was this bush full of people, full of feet, full of movement. You are able to disappear and reappear without being noticed, and that was what was important for those operatives then and for any operation going forth.
Retired Army General Brigadier Fonono Dube tells us about the origin of number 43 from a military intelligence perspective. He provides an interesting view from not only as an insider, but as that person who made decisions, advised the king, and liaised with the apartheid regime. He straddled all three periods cited in the book that define the different critical phases of the struggle which determined the success and the sustainability of the process from a Swaziland perspective. These are the Sopuza era, the Likoko era, and the Mswati era.
I-UN ke beyibese iletha imali seyithi bakhele inkampu labantu ahlala khona bangahambi nje noma ngikuphi. Kepha ke kulelinye live khona la kithi eNdasini Africa bathi bayayimukela leyo mali babakhela babafaka lapho efike emabhunu ababulala bonke kude ngisho omunye lwasala. Lapho ke Sobhuza wala kuthi abakhele inkampu wathi batawuhlala la emakhaya njengabantu abami. La kuvela amagogo khona. Uyavela ke magogo. Kepha logo sekusemahlombe embi uthi babone ukuthi labantu labahleli lapha kumagogo bavikelekile. Emabhunuka bene intelligence lenkulu kunathi njobe nalabo behlala lapha nje akusho ukuthi kwakuyinzana. Bebahlala ke la emakhaya uze kubaphephe ekutheni ubafaka enkambini ufika ukuthi siside kubethe namnye lophila.
Today, South Africa is liberated thanks to those who contributed like uMagogo did, and their stories must be told.
We'll realize the need that we need to tell the story of the struggle and the liberation of South Africa. All of us. That it did not just come because one day F.W. de Klerk decided to be kind enough and said, let us unband the organizations. It was after a lot of pain.
We have always known that the true picture of the kingdom's positive contribution to the liberation of South Africa would one day be brought to the limelight for all to appreciate. And you have done just that, Elias. The Swazi nation thanks you for this brave step.
What special traits did uMagogo possess?
I think one of the strengths that uMagogo had was, you would think she was trained militarily. You would think she had this unique training which normally is given to people who are operatives or in intelligence. She was able to sit on things. She would not disclose anything. She would play dumb. She would play like she knew nothing about an operation that was to happen or that was happening. She would play like she hasn't seen a weapon moving in or out of the house. She would only discuss what she needed to know. What she thought was beyond her and was not even within her mandate as a parent, she would never discuss it. And I think that character in her is what gave that protection in the safe house, including the cadres. They had trust. Even when she was arrested on a number of occasions in Swaziland, even when she was beaten, she still didn't disclose what was happening. They in one instance, were beat her, where she was blue and black, and she never revealed what was happening. And they said, "Wena magwe msuthu unemanga wena," So that is one of the things that stood out to uMagogo. You could trust her. You could go to war with her. Where you know that she'll never betray you or tell anything that she's not supposed to be telling.
She take them in. Abafihle. I remember there was a time when, like, some of the comrades were in the bedroom, but fortunately they did not raid the house. All they wanted was a car. And then which car she knew, kuna Uncle Billy, when they arrived, comrades ngalemoto, Uncle Billy took the car to a safe place in Gwane Park. And then Mama, when they wanted the car, she kept the key she under her tongue. And then she actually denied any knowledge so one cop got angry. He slapped her. Then leskia sawa. But those comrades were in the house. And bamthatha bambopha.
It is said that when we are happy, we sing. When we are sad, we sing. When someone is born, we sing. Even when somebody dies, we sing. When uMagogo passed on, we sang. This may sound ironic, but we sang because we were happy. Happy that she had done her part. She had run a good mile. She had completed her assignment in this world.
hlala ningekuthula omasilela hlala